Hello and welcome to our latest Music Online UK virtual pub quiz. And just to let you know what's going on, basically we have a weekly pub quiz whilst the lockdown is happening, where we just do some little fun oral training amongst the people that are joining here. Okay, now what we normally do in this particular pub quiz is I'm going to give you some questions and then you're going to basically answer how you can sorry, I'm just having a few problems with my technical side of things here. All right, just give me a second. All right, I didn't put it on public video to start with, so maybe some people didn't get a notification. Okay, we're just getting that sorted. It's the joys of live streaming. But anyway, here we are in lockdown doing all this live streaming. Okay, now, I'm not sure if anyone has actually joined because the notification probably didn't go out, but hopefully a couple of people are joining now. Okay, let's see if we've got anyone in the chat. Basically, what happens in these live stream pub quizzes is that I'm going to play you a little piece of music and then we're going to do some little oral training. And I've got to turn the volume off on my computer. I'm really not prepared this too well today. Let's turn the volume off. Okay, there we go. Rishabh's here. Okay, right. And then basically you answer as quickly as you can, because the person who gets the most correct answers, or the first correct answer, gets a point, because I'm going to write down on a piece of paper how we're scoring. Okay, so we have a couple of people here. We have Rishabh and we have Tejashree and Audrey. Apologies everybody for the slightly chaotic start to this live stream. It's all because I didn't actually put it as a public video. I just left it as unlisted and then it didn't get published. So you're probably all just about joining in the next few minutes. Now, if you can fast forward, if you've joined a little bit late, to the point where it's live, obviously, so that we can all participate together. Okay, now we don't have too many people in the chat at the moment, but yeah, I'm just getting a notification myself that I'm live. All right, now if your Wi-Fi is not working well, Audrey, that's going to not really help you get your answers in first, because obviously the first person to get the correct answer going to get the point. I think some of you who are here in the past were expecting me to come live, so you were sort of like hanging around and then just got the notification in the last few seconds. So again, apologies. Anyway, here is the piece that I want you to think about. And the question that I'm going to ask you about this piece today is I want you to think about what period of music it comes from and give me some reasons for your answer. Okay, so have a listen to this. Okay, right, now, can anyone tell me from what period they think that piece came from? Okay, we're just going to give a couple of people a chance to write down, and also for some extra bonus points, can you tell me why you thought it was that particular period? Okay, so first of all, from what period do you think it came? Now, I'm just looking in the chat here, and it's just opening up. Okay, live chat. And we've got the first correct answer from Sophia, who said it is classical. Okay, so First point today goes to Sophia for saying classical. Then, have we got any reasons why we think it's a classical piece? Okay, now Rishabh, classical. A single rhythm, steady staccato, catchy music. I think I'll feel a little bit more detail. All right, I'm going to give you a point for saying catchy music. Now, there's a reason for that. The reason why I sort of laughed a little, Rishabh, 1 point for catchy music, is because in the classical periods, I mean, the way that normally it's described is that the pieces have singable melodies as opposed to the rather elaborate melodies from the Baroque period when they weren't quite so, let's say, singable, okay? So, catchy music, there's a point for that. An elegant melody, homophonic. Homophonic could be in other periods. Simple, yeah, simple what? Simple melody with chordal accompaniment. I think that's probably the best all-round answer there, Audrey. So that's going to get a point, okay? Let's get everyone some points as they deserve them. Okay, now, there is a special bonus point for anyone who can tell me who the exact composer was. Okay, so not just who it might be, but who it actually was. Can anyone tell me? Where's Ruby today? She's always usually here trying to get the first points. Maybe because the notification didn't go out. Right. Let's see who can get the composer. It could well be Mozart, but it's not. It could well be Clementi, but it's not. It could be Schubert, again, but it's not. Or Handel. I think it's a little bit late for Handel. Scarlatti is a little bit late for Scarlatti. Haydn could be, but it's not. Vivaldi is no, it's more Baroque Rishabh. Okay. We're all hedging around everything except the correct answer. First correct answer gets the point. I'll give you a little clue. It's towards the end of the classical period, almost verging over into the romantic period, but it wasn't, couldn't really call it romantic period. But it's cool out, no. Good guess. A lesser known composer. It's a very well known composer. Beethoven. Yes, of course, Sophia. It's Beethoven. Okay. All right, that's it. The point has been won now. Okay. Camille. Who's Camille? You mean Camille Sasson? If you did mean him, he's romantic period. Okay, and now all the answers are coming in thick and fast. Okay. All right. Abrsm, yes. Welcome again from last week. You're getting Beethoven, Sophia. Right, Sophia, you said it 3 times. I heard you the first time. It's Beethoven. Okay, right, now, without me playing it again, can anyone tell me or remember 2 things? And you can get a mark for them separately. It doesn't have to be all, both in one answer. How many beats in a bar? And was it a major or a minor tonality, the piece that you just heard? If hesitating to get correct answers, then I might play it again. But first of all, maybe you can just remember how many beats in a bar and major or minor tonality. So, all right, Audrey, you can have a point for major tonality. Correct. Who can tell me how many beats are in a bar? 3/4 time. Tejashri. Or Tejashri, I'm not sure quite how you pronounce that. Okay, but it is 3/4 times, so you get a point there, Tejashri. Okay, next question. Or would you like a round up of the scores so far? So we have Rishabh and Tejashri on a point each, Audrey and Sophia on 2 points each. Now, a couple of questions. Can you describe the texture of the opening section? I'm not going to play the whole thing. The texture. Not, not the key that we're in, but the texture. A simple melody with accompaniment. Not exactly. I wouldn't say so, no. Well, is it homophonic? Have a listen to this. It's quite imitative, isn't it? And homophonic means not imitation, but just one tune and then some chords or something underneath to support that. Yeah, all one sound with no sort of question and answer type phasing to it. All right. It's not really a single melody with chords, is it? Because the left hand, yeah, it's contrapuntal, isn't it? There is imitation. So Audrey, I can give you a point for that. Okay. Now, maybe the next section you could describe as more homophonic, yeah? Tune with chordal accompaniments. But the beginning is polyphonic. All right, Sophia, yes, you get a point for the word polyphonic as well. That is correct. Okay, so now I was talking about different sections. Okay, what would you say was the structure of the music now? Not so much the texture, but the structure. I'm just going to, because the light keeps playing, doesn't it? And you keep trying to go dark and white because the camera doesn't know whether to focus on the window or on my face. So I'm going to try and just make it a little bit darker in the background. There we go. Okay, ternary. Audrey, well done. Now, it's ternary. It's from the classical period, and there are, well, a time signature of 3/4 time. We've established all those things. Now, can anyone tell me what else we might call this particular form in the classical period where you have, it's a dance form, okay? Where you have an opening section, then an alternating middle section, and then you go back to the opening section. It's got to be something that's in 3/4 time. It's one of the dance forms. Anyone got any ideas? It's like a predecessor maybe of the waltz. Recapitulation is the idea of going back to something at the beginning. All right. Sonata is much more complicated. It has a much more involved form. This is a very simple form, just ABA. Okay? Right, I'll give you a little clue here. Before the waltz of Bonhomme, okay? I'll give you the second word. It's a something and trio. Something and trio. What is the something? It's a very common dance type movement in the classical period that's in 3/4 time. Minuet. There you go, Audrey. There's the point. So that means you're sort of like racing into the lead a little bit there. Minuet and trio. Yes, that's correct. Now, actually, I'm going to do this Italian term question in the middle of the quiz today, because at the end we used to have the Italian term question right at the end, and then the scores changed dramatically. Okay, but it's going to be a rather specific Italian term question this week. All right, it's minuet and trio. I played a minuet, then I played a trio, and then I played the minuet part again. But it wasn't actually written out on the page. There was a specific instruction at the end of the trio section which made me play the minuet again. What was that instruction on my page that tell me to play the minuet section again in Italian? You should see it quite often in classical music. Not dal segno, but you're on the right track, Audrey. Very close. Da capo al fine, absolutely correct. Well, actually it says DC al fine, but we know that means da capo. So good, Teacher Shri, you got the point for that. DC al fine, you say it very, very often. Back to the beginning and then play to the end. Yep, everyone's coming in with the right answer now. Da capo normally rather than dal capo, Risha, but very close, yeah. Okay, let's see what the next question is. Ah, it's this one about intervals. Do you remember this one where we've got to identify intervals? So I'm going to play you, four melodic intervals. Okay, and I want you, first of all, just to name the interval numbers. That's like first, second, third, or fourth, without any other descriptive words. But I want all four correct. Now, before you've had three of them, now you've got to get four of them right to get 4 points, but you don't get any points if you get one of them wrong. So, I need to hide my hands, because otherwise it'd be cheating. Here we are. Here are the four intervals. It comes from this tune. Okay, now, individually, there's the first interval, there's the second interval, there's the third interval, and there's the fourth interval. I'll play them again slowly. What are the intervals between these 5 notes? So 4 gaps, intervals, between 5 notes. Okay, so we have, okay, Ruby, you did join us. You've lost out on a few opportunities to get points. 6, 3, 4, 2. Well done, Audrey. You get 4 points for that. It looks like you're going to be winning today because you're just racing ahead. Okay, now 6, 3, 4, 2 is correct. But unfortunately, no one else getting the right answer now gets any points because it's the first person to get the right answer that actually gets the points. Now, let's identify exactly those intervals, right? We need to describe them. So what sort of sixth, and I want you to write the word sixth in your answer, is this. Someone is writing the answers already in the field for the chat, and then just pressing send when I ask the question, aren't they? So Audrey, you get another point. Right. If anyone knows what the next question is going to be, they can almost answer it before I ask it. Too late, anybody else now? It's already happened. What is this third? What type of third is that? First correct answer. Major third, Audrey. Yes, this is becoming a monopoly today. Okay, right, now, tricky one now. What type of fourth is this? What type of fourth is that? Not a perfect fourth, not a diminished fourth. We're running out of options. There's only one other possibility, actually. Augmented, yes, Nirashama. Welcome to the scoreboard. Nirashama. An augmented fourth. Because here's a perfect fourth. Make it a semitone wider. It's an augmented fourth. Correct. And the final interval. What kind of second is this? What kind of second is this? A minor second. Okay. Again, the monopoly is being further entrenched by Audrey. Yeah, I don't know. Who was it who said they had a slow internet connection today? Was it you, Audrey? Because your internet connection seems pretty fast to mine. You're getting there before everybody else. Okay. Now, let's do a scoreboard. Rishabh and Nirashama have a point each. Tejashri has 2 points, Sophia 3 points, and Audrey has a whopping 12 points. So the rest of you need to do some catching up. Okay? Right, now there are 4 points for the next question. but you have to get it all correct to get the 4 points, and there are no points for anything less than the whole thing. Okay, can you name these four, just the number for now, not the descriptors, these four harmonic intervals? I'll play them again. What are those four harmonic intervals? Okay, not 3, 4, 6, 1, not 2, 3, 5, 6, not 3, 3, 5, 1, 3, 4, 6, 1, no, 3, 3, everyone's, okay, we're getting closer. 6, 3, 7, 8, oh, 3 out of 4 there, I'm not going to tell you which 3. Sophia, look, everyone look at Sophia's answer, 6, 3, 7, 8. She had 3 of them right, but no points until you get 4 of them right. So, which one did she have wrong? You've got to write 4 numbers, Teacher Shri. 2 numbers, 3 numbers are not going to count. 6, 4, 7, 8? No. YTSAS, welcome. 5, 3, 7, 8? Nope. 6, 4, 7, 8? No. Sophia, you're hedging around. You still got 3 right. Ruby, you got 2 right. 3, 3, 7, 8. 2 of them are right. 6, 2, 7, 8. Rishabh, 3 of them are right. Audrey's given up, saying, Sophia, you're the best. Come on. Ruby, 6, 5, 7, 8. Again, 3 of them right. Who can get all 4 right? I'll play them again. Have a listen. Audrey, just 3 of them. Nirisham, exactly the same answer, so 3 of them right. Hang on a minute. I was catching up. Sophia, 6, 3, 6, 8. No, you actually only got 2 right now. Audrey, 3 right. Okay. I don't know what it is. There's one of them that no one is getting right. Everyone is getting the same 3 right. Can't you work it out by logical deduction? Like he's saying 3 right, 3 right, 3 right, and you're all just changing one number, and it's that number that's wrong. Come on, use a bit of statistical sort of logic now. You can work out this. It's this one here. That's the one everyone's getting wrong. There's a clue for you. Okay, so Ruby, you got 3 right. Yes, Ruby, 4 points. Finally. 6, 6, 7, 8. There are 2 sixths in a row. So, Ruby, you're on the scoreboard with 4 points straight away. Everyone else, stop what you're doing because that question has finished. Now, you can have extra points for naming what type of 6th, 6th, 7th and 8th they are. So what 6th is this one? You have to name the word 6th in your answer. Not major 6th. That would be, there's a major 6th. But I did this one. No, everyone's saying major. I know it sounds like major, but it's a minor 6th. Okay, a new entry on the scoreboard. Vidyut Raj. Okay, Vidyut. I don't quite know how you pronounce your name, but you got the right points there. Vidyut. So, you get a point for that one. Okay? Because I know what you're thinking. You see, the problem with a 6th, it sounds like an inverted third. So a major third, B flat to D, sounds nice and major. If you just stick the D on the bottom, it still sounds major, especially if it's part of the tonic triad. We sound like major, but if you think about it, that is not a major 6th. There's a major sixth. And there's a minor sixth. Now suddenly, because I started playing in D major, okay, I stick the B flat in there and it sounds minor all of a sudden. Yeah, sounds minor. But if I B flat major, it sounds major. It's exactly the same interval. So sometimes the context can actually confuse us. Interesting thought there. Okay, now, next one. What sort of interval, or what sort of sixth is this? Okay. Anyone answering? I'm going to put some, because it's got two sixths, it's got to get confusing. Let me, hang on a second. Don't answer yet. I'm going to write some hashtags. Now, any answers after these hashtags count. Right. What sort of sixth is that? Ruby, yes, a major sixth. And again, you could be forgiven for thinking that's minor sounding. All right, so because in B flat major, that's sort of suggesting a chord of C minor. All right, but in E flat major, C is the sixth note of the major scale. It's a major sixth. Okay, so you've got to be careful with sixths sometimes. They can sound minor when they're major. Okay, next one. What sort of seventh is this one? You've got to write the word seventh in your answer. Not a major seventh. Nope, three of you all getting the same answer, but all not correct. What sort of seventh? Here's a major seventh. Minor seventh. Who was that? That's Audrey. Audrey, it is a minor seventh. Okay, so you haven't scored for a few minutes, Audrey, but you're still keeping your lead going. Okay, and finally, what sort of octave is this? It's a funny sort of question. What sort of an octave? An octave's an octave, isn't it? It's a perfect octave, yes. Vidyut, you get an extra point. Well done. So let's do some scores. Okay, and the game's only halfway through, so we've still got some time to still change the leader, although it's gonna have to take some work. Right, on 1 point each, Rishabh and Nirashama. Vidyut and Tejashri are on 2 points. Sophia's on 3 points. I seem to remember once in the past Sophia was winning this game. Okay, and Audrey with the slow internet connection is on 13 points. Oh, sorry, I missed out Ruby. Ruby's on 5, okay? So, everything to play for still. Let's move on to, yes, cadences. Right, so can you name the cadence in this little phrase? What is that cadence? Okay. Perfect, yes. Ruby, you get a point. Perfect cadence, okay? Now, and this has to be answered exactly. What are the 2 chords I just played in terms of Roman numerals, okay? What 2 chords? Not exactly, Sophia. You've written 5 to 1. You've got to be slightly more specific. Ruby, you're just answering the same. 4 to 1, no. 5, 7. Yes, Audrey, that is it. It's got to have a 7th in it. And if you think about the Abrsm oral tests, when you get to the higher grades and they ask you to name the chord, you have to specify whether it's just a dominant or a dominant 7th. Okay? So who did I say? That was Audrey, wasn't it? Did I say Audrey? Just double check, because I don't want to give the points to the wrong person. Yes, it was. So that point, that Monopoly leaderboard is stretching even further out. Come on, everybody else, you've got to keep her at bay and not let her get too far in the lead. Okay. Now this is Sophia's question, because if I remember from the past, Sophia's got perfect pitch. Okay. Okay. Right, and Jonathan Pires is saying he hasn't got a good internet connection. Yes. Right. Well, it's just for fun. All right. Some people, what they're doing, now I'll just give you a little clue. I'm not sure if everyone's aware of this. When they think they know what question is coming out, they type the answer before the question's had, and they just press send as soon as the question pops out. So maybe that's beating the internet. Okay. Modulation. Can you name what key we're modulating to here? Okay, the whole piece, as I think Sophia has already said, is B flat major. So we finish off one phrase here, and then to which key did I modulate? C minor. Correct, Sophia. I knew you'd get that point. You've got perfect pitch, and it's not fair, is it? To us mere mortals. Okay, but anyway, I will give an extra point if someone can give the technical name for C minor as related to B flat major. So for example, in B flat major, the dominant would be F major. What do we call C minor in relation to B flat major? What's the technical name of C minor as related to B flat major? No, Sophia. If you just read what you've just written, it's not a supersonic minor. It's not relative minor. Sophia's very close, but it's so funny I can't give you the point. Supersonic is like Rishab, yes, Rishab, you can have the point. Supersonic is to do with aeroplanes that travel faster than the speed of sound. But supertonic. Okay. You did correct it yourself. I'm going to give it to Rishab. Okay. Make it a little bit fairer. And not a parallel minor either. Okay. Now, I've got some bonus questions at the end, which are nothing to do with the piece, and not so much to do with oral training, but just some general musical knowledge, and see if we can change these scores a little bit. Okay. What was the predominant ornament used right throughout this particular piece? And you've got to spell it correctly. All right, now hang on a minute. Anyone who spells it incorrectly loses a point. I want the full Italian word for the predominant ornament that was used right through this piece. Not turn, not mordant. I'll play an example of one of them. It's not mordant. Okay, Nirashana Acciaccatura. Yes, and you spelt it correctly. Correct. You got a point there. Well done. Yes, Ruby, it is a grace note, but I asked for the Italian word. All right? Okay, so you have to spell it correctly. Now, it's just as well, Harry, you didn't have that answer first, because I would have to take a point off for only having 3 C's rather than 4 C's. There are 4 C's in Acciaccatura. Okay. Right. Now, these questions are worth 2 points each. First question, these are general knowledge. How many keys on a standard piano keyboard? 2 points each. Some general knowledge now, musical knowledge. How many keys on a standard piano keyboard? And you've got to start counting now. You'll be there a long time. Not 117. 88. Ruby, correct. 2 points to Ruby. You're getting into second place now. Okay. Okay. Tchaikovsky dedicated a very famous overture to this particular year. What year did Tchaikovsky write an overture to? (1812). Harry, well done. Harry HD. Now, someone was asking, 1814, not quite. Right, someone was asking they were first, and sometimes the chat doesn't appear in the same order. Where's the 88? I don't see an 88. Don't know. Anyway, yep, so Harry had correct, and Jonathan Perez were correct, but Harry got there first. 1814 is not correct, no, the 1812. I think it's got something to do with a specific date in history. Okay, we're going to get a little bit more obscure now. Right, again, a historical event, and actually, no, I'm going to make some extra questions out of this. Right, Beethoven's Third Symphony is nicknamed what? Okay. What is the nickname of Beethoven's Third Symphony? Harry, again, oh well, you should lose a point for that. But it's, no. Actually, I'm going to give Harry a point just for making me laugh. It's not erotica, it's eroica. Okay, Vidjut, you get 2 points. Yes, the autocorrect. You've got to watch that autocorrect. Sometimes it can be a little bit misleading, can't it? So yeah, and the geographical term has also made the same mistake. Yeah, I hope this video doesn't get flagged by YouTube's automated system for bad comments. Okay, so we'll just be careful what we're typing. Okay, and what does it refer to? Okay, eroica. What was it all about? What was the theme of Beethoven's Third Symphony? Why is it called the eroica? Again, Harry, you got 2 points for saying it's about Napoleon, because basically Napoleon was Beethoven's hero. Okay, so eroica, the hero symphony. Okay, some of you got quite good general knowledge on music, well done. All right, I'm going to give you another one that's a little bit obscure. What composer wrote a piece, an orchestral work called Danse Macabre? Danse Macabre. It's quite a nice piece for Halloween. Okay, Sasson. Okay, I think I'm going to give you a point, Harry, but I'm going to give an extra, just 1 point, because I want someone else to spell Sasson correctly. Now, everyone stop right. Okay, whoa. Vidjut, yes. Double points for Vidjut there. Perfect spelling, even with a little extra dots on there. That feels like you copied and pasted it out of somewhere. Did someone just do a Google search on Danse Macabre and then copy and pasted the answer? Because out comes Camille Sasson with all the little extra dots. I don't think most people have got that little extra dot on their keyboards on their computers. Yeah, unless maybe if you're from a European country and you use those particular letters. Yeah, so anyway, now this one is just really going to get everybody. Unless, well, could we change the scores in one go? Let's hear what the scores are. And then I'm going to make it possible to change the scores, okay? So Sophia's on 4 points, Rishabh on 2 points, Audrey on 14, still in the lead, Tejashree on 12, Tejashree on 2, Nirashama on 2, Ruby's on 8, so quite close. Vijut 6, that's a pretty good score, and Harry's on 6. Okay. Yeah. Right. Now, some people have got a very good knowledge of how to use all the keyboard shortcuts. Okay. When are the quizzes like which date? You mean when do we do these quizzes? We're doing them usually this time every Sunday whilst lockdown is happening. It's like a sort of a stay-at-home pub quiz, you know? So, if you want to do that, probably got to go through at least till the end of next month, I would say. Okay. And then hopefully by July, most countries will start to be coming out of that, and we'll have something else on Sundays or whatever. Okay. That tends to be the time we're doing it. We have been doing it like that for the last month or so. Right. I'm going to give 10 points. No. Yeah, 10 points. Make it fair. I'm going to give 10 points for someone who can tell me, a composer who was sent to jail for 30 days for quitting his job. Okay. And to make it interesting, I'm going to take points off for a wrong answer. Who was sent to jail for 30 days for quitting their job? Oh, Mishak. How does everyone know that so quickly? Did you just Google it? Mihak. Okay, Mihak gets the points there. Okay, 10 points for Mihak. J.S. Bach. Okay, Ivan Novello, no. Well, maybe, I don't know, but the famous one is J.S. Bach. All right. And from what city did he come? From what city was J.S. Bach? I was actually there this summer. And he's got a little statue. Poland's not a city, Ruby. Leipzig. Correct, Harry. Okay, I'll give you 2 points for that. So, we couldn't quite knock Audrey off her first place. She has our winner this week with 14 points, but there's some very brave attempts from Ruby, who had 8, and Harry had 8 as well. Vijut, first time we've seen you, Vijut. Okay. 6 points. Mihak got 10 points just right at the end. He just came out of nowhere. We haven't seen you all day, and then suddenly, boom, 10 points. Okay. Yeah, we might have a little quick discussion on the Abrsm news, because that is relevant to some people. Okay, just go through some of the other scores. We had Sophia on 4, Rishabh, Tejashree, Nirashama on 2. So, first of all, I think we should just give a big round of applause. Pop out the champagne and everything for Audrey, who got 14 points. Okay. Okay, now, Bridget was saying, what's the latest news on the Abrsm exams abroad? Well, basically, there is no news. I mean, they're saying that they're going to try and do online exams later in the year. That is about the only thing that is actually publicly published. There's going to be nothing happening until at least the 1st of July. All right. Okay. But I can't see anything else happening at the moment. For example, most of the Abrsm examiners are from Britain. And Britain has just put in an indefinite period, who knows how long it's going to go on for, a 14-day quarantine period where people cannot fly back to Britain without sitting at home for 2 weeks. So I don't think they're going to be sending out Abrsm examiners to foreign countries until that particular quarantine condition is over, okay? But the online exam is rumoured to be starting later in the year. They said from August in the UK and then rolling out to other countries later in the year. And that's the only official published announcement that the Abrsm have made. Apart from that, it's anybody's guess. And even if lockdown is being released in other countries, it seems Britain hasn't always controlled its situation the best, and so we are still having quarantine for maybe longer than other countries. All right, so yes, it would apply for theory as well, but there is rumours of having an online version of the theory exams. But that's, again, news that's going to be coming up later in the year. So we're just going to have to keep our ears to the ground, as it were. I will, as you might have noticed on my channel, if I hear any news from the Abrsm on their website, I publish it, and for everyone to understand what's going on, I think I published something a couple of days ago about the new August online exams for the UK, which will be happening. And yeah, the theory could be sat at home, but it has to be like a responsible adult watching you do it or something like that. So, okay. All right. So I'll let you know any time I actually hear anything new from the Abrsm. There is also the whole idea of whether this is actually a good thing or not. Okay. Doing a performance as a recorded submission and having 4 pieces with no sight reading, aural and scales, is that something we should be encouraging? I don't know. I did do a little Skype hangout with some of the members of the MusicOnline community just yesterday actually, and there'll be some interesting comments, so if you might want to sort of watch out for that. I think I'm going to publish a little excerpts of that hangout tomorrow. Don't know what you feel about that. Maybe you want to leave us something in the chat below this video, okay? What do you feel about the new 4 pieces performance only exams that are being projected as being another option, not just because of COVID-19, but also as an ongoing thing for the future? Do you think it's a better idea to get rid of aural sight reading scales? Or not get rid of, but offer an exam that is an alternative that doesn't have those supporting tests? Or does that make us worse musicians? Just thinking about pieces, and no supporting background stuff, okay? So I'm not reading all the comments now that are running through the chats because I wouldn't have time to answer them as they're coming thick and fast. Okay, just a quick, here's the 4-piece exam for all instruments. Yes, basically it is for all instruments, but not for jazz from what I've heard. Okay. Yeah, some people were saying they prefer the 4 pieces. Okay. And then Mihak saying, I would think sight reading is really important. I tend to agree with you. All right. The thing is, I know it's really important, but most people's weakness when they go in for the normal exams is sight reading because they really do not practice it. They do not prepare it. And then they just think, oh, let's buy one of those selected sight reading tests a week before the exams. And they do a little bit of practice a week before, thinking, I can't sight read, oh well, never mind. Because they don't work at it, it's something that should be prepared all the time. If you're serious about becoming a musician, if you can't sight read, you're giving yourself a big disadvantage. You should be doing some sight reading practice regularly, really. And having a full sight reading as well as aural and scales is encouraging people even further into that. Just focus on one aspect without becoming a complete musician. To me, I don't think it's a good idea. That's my opinion. All right, let's see what else people are saying. Teacher Shri, yeah, sight reading is crucial. Sophia from Dubai, but I'm not, okay, just where you are, right. If you're not perfect pitch, sight reading is quite hard. Yeah, it is quite hard. I don't think how perfect pitch really helps sight reading. Okay. I think if you can pitch something, you're more likely to probably rely on that rather than reading. Okay. Anyway, I'll be putting out a little edited version of the Hangouts tomorrow in a video. And sight reading is reading notes. Why is it related to perfect pitch? Yeah, that's what my point was, would be. If you want to leave any more comments, this actual live stream is going to close in a second, but you can carry on making comments beneath it and continue the discussion there. All right, because it's quite an interesting topic actually. All right, so maybe we should do another live stream maybe next Sunday. Not so much a quiz, but talking about this whole idea of is it a good thing or a bad thing, these new exams, okay? Anyway, thank you very much for your participation. I do apologise for the slight technical glitches right at the beginning, but it worked out well. And we'll see you all hopefully next Sunday. Okay, thank you.